Hey, it's me, Clestar. In this video, I'm going over every zombies drop ranked from worst to best. And if you're watching this video, congratulations, you're watching the first video I'm ever doing in my college dorm. So before I get into this list, I gotta define what a drop is that I'm considering for this list. So first, I'm only gonna be considering drops that are dropped by a certain type of zombie. So it could be a zombie, it could be George Romero, it could be spiders, dogs, anything that's a zombie. So for this reason, I'm not going to be considering blood money. Another thing is I'm not going to be considering drops such as the transfuse or the plants from Zetsubo Noshima or the Groff modules from Grilled Crovi, because these are drops that just basically give you drops if you complete or just put them in wherever you're supposed to put them in. So I'm just not going to consider those. And also, I'm not going to be considering rose wine grenades either because I just don't really want to. But everything else I will consider unless I forgot something for some reason, which I don't think I forgot something. And in this video, I'm going for a like goal of 289 likes and 12 dislikes. And if we could do that, then that will be well appreciated. And remember, this is just my opinion. It's just every drop strength from worst to best, so there's really no reason to get angry over this list. I mean, if you do, that'd be pretty funny. But there's really no reason. It's just a fun little list we're doing here. So with that, let's get into this! In the last place spot, number 12, this is going to be very interesting just because I know most of you probably think it's going to be the Carpenter, but I actually don't think so. I had the Black Ops 1 Death Machine. And keep in mind, this is not the Black Ops 3 version of the Death Machine because that version is actually really good. This is just the Black Ops 1 version. So before I do any of these lists, I always think what detriments you more than helps you. And this is the one drop in this game that's more hurtful to you than actually helps. This is the one drop in the game that's best to just avoid it at all costs, especially on high rounds. Because it's the one drop that can actually make you more likely to go down if you pick it up than if you don't pick it up. Let me explain why. First of all, on the higher rounds, this thing's not very effective at all. Second of all, whenever you're using this, you can't use your action button at all during the 30 seconds that it lasts. So you can't revive your friends if they go down, you can't buy doors or perks or anything to do with the square except for rebuilding barriers, and that's it. Because there's been a lot of times that I've downed, and my friend accidentally picks up the death machine, then they can't revive me and I die out. And you can't even put it away either, which is stupid. I'll admit that's decent for the earlier rounds, like maybe to around 10 to 30, but after that, this is just not good at all. Which is why it comes in at number 12. In the number 11 spot, I got the Carpenter. I know most of you thought this would be the last place spot on this list, but it's second to last, and I can explain why the Black Ops 1 Death Machine is worse than this one. So what the Carpenter does is that whenever you pick it up, you get free 200 points, and it rebuilds all the barriers. It's pretty useless, but in my opinion, useless is better than something that's actually going to hurt you in the game, which is why I have the Carpenter at number 11. In the number 10 spot, I know this is going to cause a lot of outrage, but I don't really care. It's the Fire Sale. So what the Fire Sale does is that whenever you pick it up, the box will spawn in every possible box location, and you can hit the box for 10 points. The funny thing about this one is that the Gobblegum variant of this, which is Immolation Liquidation, is in my opinion one of the best Gobblegums in the game that gives you a drop, second to only Raindrops. But then you might be asking, why is it this low on the list? And the reason why is because you can't control when you get a Fire Sale when you're killing zombies. And usually it's like the middle of the round, and you can't really be using the box unless you have a really good training spot that has a box right there, maybe like the Kino stage or the Ascension Lunar Lander spot. And also the Gobblegum on Black Ops 3 gives you 3 fire sales, you have 90 seconds to just hit the box whenever you want. You have complete control of when you hit the box, so you can just do it at the end of the round to have a whole 90 seconds to do it. And whenever you get a fire sale from a zombie, it's usually in the middle of the round, and you might get really lucky if it's at the end of the round, but that's really rare. Once you get to a high round where you already have your full setup, this is really useless to you because there's really nothing it can provide you to help you in the game, except for maybe getting a new weapon if you run out of ammo, but that's really it. You can just hit the box anyways because you probably have a lot of points by that time. But there you go, that's why the Fire Sale is number 10. In the number 9 spot, again, you're probably going to disagree with me, which is fine. It's the Bonfire Shell. And don't get me wrong, I love the Bonfire Shell from 5. What this thing does is that whenever you kill the Pentagon Thief before he even touches you, you gotta go to the Pack-a-Punch, and Pack-a-Punch for only 1,000 points, which saves you 4,000 points. And for early rounds, this is really good. Like, save 4,000 points, like that's really good for saving points, and you need points in the beginning of the rounds. So you can easily Pack-a-Punch all your weapons by round 9, or whenever the first time the Pentagon Thief comes. But once you get to a high round to where you have your full setup, this isn't really useful to you, which is why I don't have it very high on the list. There's nothing wrong with this drop at all. I think it's a great drop, but the ones above it just serve more use. That's all I gotta say about the Bonfire Shell. So Bonfire Shell comes in at number 9. In the number 8 spot, it's another hard one for me to rank, is the Nuke. The thing about the nuke is that we all know it's one of the best things to get in the high rounds and one of the worst things to get in the low rounds unless it's the end of the round. What this thing does is that whenever you pick it up, it kills all the zombies spawned in the map at once, and it gives you a free 400 points. In the early rounds, points are so crucial to you, and if there's a lot of zombies spawned in, you need to get all the points you can get in order to survive in the map. But if you get a nuke, all those potential points are wasted. But then we all know this thing is so good for later rounds because it's a complete lifesaver. Let's say your friend goes down in a game and you want to save him or her. Gotta be PC these days, I'm sorry. If you're in a really chaotic situation and you get that nuke, all the zombies around you die and you can immediately go to your friend and revive them as if it never happened. So the nuke can be really good at times but also really bad at times, which is why it's at number 8 on this list. In the number 7 spot on this list, I've got double points, which is very similar to the nuke in very opposite ways. This is because double points is one of the best things to get on early rounds and one of the worst things to get on higher rounds. So for those of you who don't know, double points doubles the amount of points you make over a 30-second span after you pick up the drop. Which, as you can see, in early rounds, since points are so crucial in early rounds, it's so useful. Like I said, one of the best in the game for early rounds. But in later rounds, what are those points really gonna do for you? Really nothing, because when you're in later rounds, you really don't need points because you're already racking up so many points. So this was another tough one for me to rank because it's so great at some points and also so bad at other points too, just like the nuke, which is why I put it at number 7. In the number 6 spot on this list, I've got Zombie Blood. And this is only on Origins, and what this one does is whenever you pick it up, it makes you invulnerable to any kind of enemies for 30 seconds. So this could be a big lifesaver just like the nuke, but it doesn't kill all the zombies around you, so you might be thinking, why is this better than the nuke? What are you trying to tell me? And for one, I could say, when you pick it up, it doesn't immediately kill all the zombies around you, which for high rounds isn't that great, but for low rounds, it makes it you can still get all the points you need during that round, which is very, very important. And in higher rounds, it can protect you, so if you're in a chaotic situation, you get zombie blood. Just get that zombie blood and you're safe for 30 seconds. You can still revive your friends and everything like you can with the nuke. And also in Origins with Zombie Blood, you can get free perk slots with the red dig sites if you know what you're doing. So Zombie Blood comes in at number 6. In the number 5 spot on this list, we've got the Insta-Kill. And what this thing does is that whenever you pick it up, you can instantly kill the zombies with one bullet or one knife no matter what round it is. This is very similar to the nuke in the sense that it's made for killing zombies. So Insta-Kill isn't the best thing to get on early rounds, but unlike the nuke, you can still work around it. You can either wait for the time to run out, which no one wants to do, or you can get a bunch of knife kills and still get a lot of points. And on later rounds, it's just great. You can just instantly kill all the zombies. That's why it's called Insta-Kill. But here's where the Insta-Kill wins me over the nuke. So yes, the nuke is better at saving you in a chaotic situation, but let's say you got just a full horde of 24 and there's an Insta-Kill laying right there. First of all, you get that Insta-Kill and you kill all those 24 zombies. And also, you still got the Insta-Kill running for that 30 seconds, so you can kill all the zombies still coming into the map, so you can kill over 24 zombies. And the nuke just can't do that because it only kills the 24 zombies that are in the map at that time. So with that, Insta-Kill comes in at number 5. In the number 4 spot, I got the Black Ops 3 version of the Death Machine. And for me, I think of this being almost exactly like the Insta-Kill, which is why I put it right next to the Insta-Kill in this ranking. First of all, with the Black Ops 3 Death Machine, it does have that problem that you can't use your action button when using this, so you can't press square to do anything. But the redeeming factor of this is that you can just get rid of it if you want to. You just press triangle and just be done with it if you want to revive your friend or do something that involves you holding square for anything. And if you don't decide to do that, I don't think the damage drops off at any time in any round. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's infinite damage. I could be wrong again. But you might be wondering, what makes the Black Ops 3 version of the Death Machine better than the Insta-Kill? And there's a couple things. First thing with the Death Machine that makes it better than the Insta-Kill is that let's say you have an Insta-Kill and you have a whole horde you want to kill. Let's say you have a Vesper or something. You have to use all the ammo for the Vesper to kill all those zombies. But with the Death Machine, you're not exhausting any of your ammo at all. And plus, unlike the Black Ops 1 Death Machine, if you get max ammo, it does replenish your ammo that you have in your other weapons. The second thing is that there's some zombie bosses that can't be killed with an Insta-Kill. I know it's crazy, it's Insta-Kill, but it still doesn't kill them. But the Death Machine usually does a pretty good job at that. So the Death Machine comes in at number 4. In the number 3 spot, I know most of you don't consider this to be a drop, and I debated whether or not I should consider this for this list, but I decided to consider it because technically you kill a type of zombie to get this, and this is the Wunderwaffe from Call of the Dead. So I'm sure you all know what the Wunderwaffe does, but the way you get it is that you have to complete the Call of the Dead Easter egg first, and once you do that, you kill George, and anytime you kill George, after that, even in another game on your account, you can get the Wunderwaffe. And I know, it's the Wunderwaffe. Why is it not number 1? But let me explain. Having a Wunderwaffe would probably be better than most of these drops on this list. But the only problem with this is that it's temporary. So once you use all your ammo with the Wunderwaffe, your 3 shots in the clip and 15 in reserve, you have to get rid of it. You don't have it until you kill George again. Another thing is that you can't switch back and forth between weapons. So if you want to use another weapon, you have to use all the ammo with the Wunderwaffe in order to be able to use your other weapons, which on Call of the Dead, why would you want to do that? I mean, you may as well just keep the Wunderwaffe. And the Wunderwaffe comes in at number 3. In the number 2 spot, I've got the perk bottle, and what the perk bottle does is that whenever you get it, it gives you a free random perk. So if the Wunderwaffe wasn't just a temporary Wunderwaffe, I would rank this higher than this one and maybe higher than the number 1 spot. But the perk bottle, it's permanent until you go down. It can be your 5th perk to get in a map that you can only hold 4 perks in. And hey, maybe you don't have many points and you don't have any perks, you can get really lucky and get Jug or something really good. And you don't even have to spend points for it. It helps out the whole team, so everyone on the team gets a free perk. I'm sure most people would think that Wunderwaffe is better, but just the fact that it's temporary, I don't like. And the fact that you can't switch between your weapons either. And there's really not one scenario where the perk bottle's not useful unless you have 3 perks and you want to get something really special for that 4th perk, and then you get something that's really not that good. So then you can't get another perk, which would suck. But if you're on a map that gives you free perks, more likely than not, you'd probably be able to get another free perk depending on the map. So I don't know. Perk bottle comes in at number 2. In the number 1 spot on this list, I don't think there's ever been a time where it could be more obvious, except maybe when Jug was number 1, the perk ranking. It's the max ammo. So first of all, bottom line, there is no scenario ever in zombies where the max ammo is not useful. Whenever you pick it up, it maximizes the amount of ammo you have, so it replenishes all the possible ammo you can have in a weapon. And it can even replenish your monkey bombs, or your Will's wine grenades, or anything like that, or even your rocket shields. This thing is useful for early rounds, it's useful for later rounds, it's useful for any time you want it to be useful. And if you're using the Stormbolt on Dreisendrach or the Apothecary Servant, this is the most crucial drop you can ever get in the game. I mean, unless you use Gobblegums, which is lame. But if you're not using Gobblegums, this is, I mean, if you get this drop, you're gonna be in for a long ride in your game. You're not gonna be going down anytime soon if you get that max ammo and you got the Stormbow or whatever you have. It's gonna carry you through the rounds. So the max ammo comes in at number 1. So whether you agree with my list or not, I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this is my first video I'm ever doing at my college dorm. So it is kind of awkward to try to speak and do my voiceover when I know people are probably outside my door hearing me. It's really awkward, so I'm gonna have to get used to it. It does feel kind of weird to do, but it's a new experience. And remember, we gotta get that 289 likes and 12 dislikes. Can we do it? I don't know, I really hope so. I know my views have been declining, but I hope we can do it. And if you enjoy my content, just consider subscribing to my channel. It's just a consideration. I'm not asking you to subscribe to me, just consider it. No, just subscribe to me. And if you like me even more than that, just go to my Claystar streams and watch my streams at Claystar streams, and you can see my streams when I stream my streams. I'll upload my streams over at Claystar streams. And if you want to hear some random nonsense from me, follow me on Twitter at the Claystar. We're almost at 200 followers. That would be great if I got more followers. And to fulfill your life goal of being the first person at one of my videos, just put that notification bell on. Just do it if you're on a phone or anything like that that gives notifications. But with that, I'll see you in the next video!